So very quickly before you watch this video, this is my reaction to multiplayer. I literally recorded my entire reaction from the entire event, and I said I was going to do a compilation of all the best bits. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do my reaction to multiplayer, my reaction to zombies, my reaction to Blackout, which Blackout I'm so excited for. Multiplayer looks really, really cool as well. I know people will hate it because it's quite futuristic, but I love that. And Zombies Blood of the Dead. But before I go, it's going to be multiplayer first, then Blackout, then Zombies, because Zombies is like my thing. But yeah, we're going to watch the multiplayer, and I do have to stress, for the first maybe like 5 minutes, maybe not even 5 minutes, while the gameplay trailer, but basically what I'm trying to say is for a lot of this, I'm very, very quiet. For a lot of this, I don't even talk, but it's just because it's multiplayer, and I'm happy for it, but during the end I start to talk more. During the start, when the trailer comes on and everything, I'm just very, very, you know, not talkative, basically. So I do apologise for that. I do become much more talkative with Zombies and Blackout. But anyway, I'm excited for multiplayer, and I'm going to play it so much anyway. Enjoy.
Who better to do that than Dan Bunting and Lord Vonderhaar?
Lord Vonderhaar.
I didn't think you'd say it. Oh, wait. Hey.
David, what are you doing?
I gotta update my Twitter name to Lord Vonderhaar.
Alright.
And done.
We gotta do the show, man.
Oh, shit.
Alright. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. We are here so excited to tell you, finally, about this game that the team at Treyarch has been working on for the past few years. And for those of you who have not been with us for one of our past multiplayer reveals, we are going deep today. Before we tell you all about Black Ops 4 multiplayer, which is set in a narrative world between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, we're just going to show it to you.
Can I take this line? Do you mind?
All right, knock yourself out.
All right. Here is the worldwide reveal trailer for Call of Duty
Oh.
Black Ops 4 multiplayer.
Multiplayer, okay.
Black Ops, weapons free. Let's do it live.
Oh, it looks so much like Black Ops 4 and 3.
Bravo secure. Pushing on me.
Every shot counts.
Sensor going live. Heels coming.
Eat this.
That was quite good.
I lost count.
Feel that energy.
I lost count of how many times you killed me in that video.
So Black Ops 4 represents our most ambitious multiplayer to date.
Oh, and they've just released the multiplayer trailer, okay.
Tight gunplay, an authentic military
Grounded
feel,
gunplay,
and of
okay.
course the fluid and
I
responsive
didn't see any
controls that
great
you know and love, all wrapped in the most refined tactical team experience that we've ever delivered. It's a deeper and more rewarding experience that will be played for a long time to come.
All right,
Vonderhaar.
let's just get something out of the way. Are you guys ready? Can you thrust jump? Can you wall run? Can you confirm we are 100% boots on the ground? Okay. Wow.
Nobody.
Look, as we know, you love the fluid feel of Black Ops 3 combat, so the question that we always start with is, how do you create a more grounded and tactical experience, but do it without slowing down the player? So that's pretty easy, right? We didn't stop believing in guns up. So in Black Ops 4, well, you still move and interact with the world in a really fast and fluid way. And you can still keep your gun up while doing many of the other things in the game, like throwing grenades and using equipment, activating score streaks, and mantling. And what's better than doing all of those things while still being able to fire your gun? And it's
So it's in between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3, but that looks so futuristic.
Ruin returns, and this time he brought his special issue equipment, the grapple gun, that only he can equip in Create a Class. So Ruin is a specialist with those unique ability to close the gaps and get to the enemy.
Oh, so that was Ruin. I was
The
right.
combos
Okay,
that you
fair
can
enough.
pull
Yeah.
off when you grapple to grab slam have
I
been
was
making
right.
the highlight reel inside the
It was a young
studio.
Ruin. I
And we
was
can't
right.
wait
I was
to see
literally
just
100%
what
right
you
on
do
that.
with this. So
Okay, I'm happy with
specialists
that.
are back, both new and some familiar, but totally reimagined. Because each specialist brings special issue equipment that delivers unique capabilities to your team to reinforce the tactical gameplay without slowing down the player. And you'll hear about many of them throughout the discussion. But you would be fooling yourself if you thought that they were the main characters of this show.
That's right, because Black Ops is and always has been first and foremost about weapons and the gameplay around them. It's no different with Black Ops 4. However, with Black Ops 4, we've made more improvements to gun systems than literally the entirety of Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 combined. This just shows how serious we are about weapon systems at Treyarch. We've designed each weapon as though it's a character in and of itself, which means that we pay attention to every single detail. Hot barrels are going to ooze smoke. Muzzle flashes are going to burst and light up the room. Bullet impacts are massive and they connect the player with the game world around them. And weapons for the first time have real 3D tracers, which both look and
There better
feel
be a
incredibly
campaign. I kinda
awesome,
want a
but
campaign.
they also serve a gameplay purpose because they let you know where the gunfire is coming from. And animations have been overhauled to make that feel that you know and love that much more responsive. Bullets will actually deplete as you expend the magazine, but that's just the start. This is a small example of the details that we pay attention to our weapons. On the design front, Black Ops 4 is going to break with tradition by giving each weapon its own set of attachments. Now in the past, attachment sets were shared across weapon classes. But this is important to us because unique attachments are all about making the gameplay of weapons and what makes each weapon stand out from each other. We're also bringing a new category of attachment this game. It's called operator mods. Operator mods are the ultimate expression of a gun's profile. It's going to expand its capabilities in ways that go beyond that core functionality. You're going to see here the Titan LMG laying down some heavy suppression fire. That suppressive effect is only capable through its operator mod. It's going to distort and disorient the enemy on the other side of it. Now I'm excited to say that weapons are further defined by another first in franchise history today. I'm here to tell you, Black Ops 4 will be the first game in our history to use a true predictive recoil pattern system. This allows you to constantly make micro adjustments while aiming and shooting. This means that the gameplay of each weapon is learnable. There's a path to mastery that is rewarding for new players and veterans alike. This is by far our biggest investment in the weapons platform and combat systems that we've made to give you the most rewarding and visceral experience by pushing the state of the art
Hey,
on
ginger
weapons
guy.
visuals, animations, and sound effects.
Weapons and health are two sides of the same coin, and you can't change one without affecting the other. And Black Ops 4 adds some tactical depth through a change in the healing mechanic. Healing is no longer automatic. Now players manually trigger their healing process with a dedicated button, and that becomes as central to your gameplay loop as reloading the weapon after a firefight. And we like this change because it creates a tactical decision point that simply didn't exist before. So you can disengage from combat and heal up, or you can rush an unsuspecting opponent who may be healing herself. And these changes create a more tactical pace to the game, where instead of simply losing to the person who shoots first, you can actually survive a gunfight with smart maneuvering. And this means you spend more time in the part of the game that's the most fun, which is the combat. So aggressive players still feel rewarded for being aggressive.
I know I'm not really saying much, but I'm uninterested. Like, I don't, you know, I'm not a multiplayer guy, but I will play the multiplayer, and it actually looks quite fun. I know most people are going to be like, but I actually think it looks quite cool.
Let me introduce you to Crash. And Crash is a medic. And this
Wait,
means when his
I think I was right.
he can actually restore and give bonus health to players for a limited time. And Crash is just more than a medic. He also distributes a salt pack, which resupplies his team. And no doubt the folks at home are already breaking down that MP trailer, and they've already figured out what this one's like. So we've taken a completely fresh look at the health mechanics of the Black Ops multiplayer game to insert tactical decisions and some much-needed pacing into that gameplay loop.
So far we've talked about some really fundamental building blocks of what multiplayer and what makes it awesome. You got movement, weapons, health systems. We're going to take it up a level to situational awareness. Situational awareness covers the gamut of what you see and hear in the game, from the minimap to the sounds that your footsteps make on different surfaces. We've experimented with all sorts of modifiers that have impacted this over the years.
Situational awareness.
But in Black Ops 4, we embrace situational awareness as a fundamental feature to the game. We're introducing a new system called the Fog of War.
Yeah, like I said, I've said this just a second ago, but I do apologize for not talking too much.
On the minimap, the Fog of War reveals a radius around the player and his or her teammates. As you'd expect, enemy players are going to reveal their positions when firing a weapon unless they're suppressed, and many of your favorite score streaks like UAVs and counter UAVs are still going to do what you expect them to do. But what the Fog of War does is it creates more opportunities for teammates to communicate and work together for the win. Now I'm going to introduce you to another new specialist. His name is Recon. Recon is an expert in situational awareness. His special issue equipment is called the sensor dart. When he shoots the sensor dart into the world, it clears a large radius around it that both he and his teammates can see, and it helps you to locate enemies. He also has Vision Pulse, which makes a return from Black Ops 3, but this time around it's a little bit different. The whole team gets the benefit of it. So with effective usage, these mechanics
I don't really like
together
that.
can be a clutch way to snag
Not that the
victory
whole
for the
team
Jaws.
gets it, nah.
Situational awareness is as important to the gameplay loop as weapons, health, and movement. And as with the other fundamentals, we're giving you, the players, access to these tools to control.
He's stuttering so much. He's stuttering more than I do, and I stutter so much.
The flow of combat is how movement and weapons and health and situational awareness all come together in the head-to-head gameplay. Spawning, pathing, level design, all of these things impact that flow. You might remember Seraph. She has a tac deploy, and this is a team-wide spawn beacon that allows Seraph to command offensive control over that flow of combat for a period of time.
Like I said, I'm not the biggest multiplayer guy, so I definitely will play though. This looks cool. This looks much better than Black Ops 3. It looks like Black Ops 3 with a lot of Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 added into it. That's kind of what it seems like to me, but, which is fine. I honestly, it could have been a lot worse. Let's put it that way.
Over the years, we've experimented with the idea of area denial in various ways. And in Black Ops 4, it's time to stop playing around. Firebreak makes his return and makes area denial a part of that gameplay loop. His special issue gear, the reactor core, allows him to do just that. And Firebreak can even trade his own health to extend the clock on that time. So we've combined the best designs in how level spawning and flow control work together to influence the gameplay loop, and then we place those tools not in our hands, but into the hands of you through the specialists.
And the story of Black Ops 4 is not one of a single game in development, but rather the combined journey of the entire last decade of Black Ops. And you, the community,
please,
have been with us every step
we
of that
need
way.
zombies.
Every game that we make is an opportunity for us to do better.
Wait, if there's no campaign, because I've not mentioned campaign, will they have one multiplayer and one zombies trailer, and then maybe a full trailer? Or maybe just the zombies
I think we've covered all the details.
instead of like a full trailer that shows campaign.
Multiplayer experience.
Are you sure about that?
What did I miss?
Just one little thing. Just want to tease for our competitive community, and that is the return of League Play. League Play is a fan favorite, and we've combined the very best parts of it, and we're going to deliver it for all the players of Black Ops 4.
Isn't that Black Ops 1 League
As Mark mentioned in his opening remarks, we're doing some things a little bit different than this year, including how we tell stories in each mode throughout the game. Now we're delivering more narrative and character depth in multiplayer than ever before. And we're also going to give new and returning players the ability to learn and master each of these special.
Just say there's no campaign if there's no campaign.
These
Just
missions
don't...
feature a series of fun and fast-paced trials that give a hands-on introduction to the new and returning specialists, while exploring the stories behind their identities and their backgrounds inside of a Black Ops narrative. Now, with each game, the Black Ops players have spent more and more time in multiplayer, and it's important to us that we go bigger on that experience and expand the narrative universe around it. Here is just a glimpse into that universe.
Not bad.
Not bad yourself.
No one gives a fuck about you. You're a number.
Oh, so they're telling the story through multiplayer instead of
That's
campaign.
it. A pawn in someone else's game. They've been manipulating you. Watching you. Exploiting you. And when they get what they want, they'll leave you for dead. So here's the deal. Alone, you can...
Oh, that's the thing. That's the Molotov.
Together,
Yes.
you can
From the thing.
start
At least we know what that was. Black Ops 4. The cat wanted to go, so I had to let it out, but there you go.